Hello friends and welcome back to the channel. It is that time of the month again. I've got all the release notes for September's update here. 6 to 7 things that I think you need to be aware of for next month. Let's dive right in. So the first thing that I want to talk about is the new champs that we're getting next month. The first of which is Kitty Pryde. Kitty Pryde, one of the most requested champs in the game. And I know especially Dan from Frontline MCOC and the Contest Run podcast, very excited to finally get Kitty in the game. So rip his units, because I think he will be buying a bunch of calves to get her. I'm pretty excited to see what she's capable of. I like her design with the scarf. I think it looked like from the video, the gameplay preview that we saw last week, that Lockheed is going to be in her special attack, so that looks awesome. I'm also kind of low-key hoping for a like a text call-out when she fights Juggernaut. So if you guys, of course, have seen the original X-Men movie, you know what I'm talking about with that. So let's hope for that. The second champ that we're getting next month is Nimrod. So Nimrod is like the Apex Sentinel. Comes from a timeline where mutants have been completely destroyed by the Sentinels. So his programming is basically saying, you know, go to the other timelines and eliminate the mutants there too. Really like his design. I like the color scheme with the pink and the purple and the white. His face like reminds me of like a weird mix between like an Iron Man, like a Hulkbuster almost, and a Sentinel. So hopefully this guy is really good. The tech class, in my opinion, super lacking. We haven't had a solid tech champion since like Guardian, and that was what, last year. So hopefully we get a really good tech champ this year. That would be awesome. All right, next up is what's going on with next month's side event. So the short of it is that there is going to be no side event for next month. There is going to be a bunch of solo objectives, so similar to kind of this month. And these solo objectives are going to provide like clues toward October's event, which is apparently this big mystery. So the rewards for September's side event are going to feel a bit light because there's no event proper. But the October rewards are supposed to be much stronger than normal because apparently this is building up to some big thing in October that we have no idea what it is. So we'll see what happens with that. Next thing with the side event next month is this Shang-Chi's Close Quarters Challenge. Now, we haven't been given any inside info on this, so I have no idea what it is. But given that the Summer of Pain is just kind of finishing up now, I doubt that this is going to be anything like crazy difficult or like a super challenging endgame quest. I would expect something more similar to the champion challenges that we've gotten in the past, where it's maybe 2 or 3 difficulties with several boss fights or whatnot. So looking forward to that, whatever that is going to be. Next thing I want to talk about is something I am very excited to finally see. It's a UI update, that has this team select and map preview. So if you guys have been on stream with me while I've done the Cavalier EQ, I complain about this every month, about how you have to go into a quest to see what class is being buffed in that specific chapter, back out, pick your team, and then go back in. So this kind of fixes that. So this allows you to preview the quest map while you're picking your team, so you can see exactly which champions are on every path. You can look at the nodes for each path to see which class is being encouraged that month. You can also focus on the boss to see what the boss nodes are, and this prevents you from having to do what I just said, go in with some random champs, figure out which path you want to take, which team you want to take for that path, back out, set up that team, and then go back in to actually start the quest. So this is an amazing change. They put out a forum post about this yesterday or the day before with some screenshots and stuff about how it's going to look. Definitely check that out. I'm very excited. This is a huge improvement for usability for the game, so very excited. Next are next month's buffs. We have Gamora and Miles are getting buffed. It just says Spider-Man Morales. So Gamora, I'm not even sure why they bothered with Gamora. Like her new kit, it's like Ebony Maw style buff where it just doesn't really change anything. So she has like a pointless True Strike on her SP3. I don't know. That doesn't look good. And Miles, I think he's going to be better, but that's not saying much because he's pretty bad now. I think that he could have, he has some potential decent damage output, but it all really depends on like the practicality of his ramp up time. So Go check out those spotlights if you haven't already. They've been up for about a week or so. Excited to kind of get my hands on these guys and test them out. And finally, we'll talk about next month's bug fixes. So the first is that the cornered debuff was not apparently counting as a damaging debuff. So if you use like Tigra, for example, on the cornered node, it was not giving the opponent extra power for the cornered node. So rip Tigra, I guess, if you use her for a cornered node anywhere in the game. And on the other side, since now Rupture is counting as a damaging debuff, Ghost can now phase the Rupture debuff and gain Fury from it. So a little bit of a nerf for Tigra and a buff for Ghost. What a time to be alive, guys. What a time to be alive when Ghost gets a buff and Tigra gets a nerf. So interesting. And finally, it's a little bit cut off here at the end here, but they updated the Penny Parker synergy with Miles Morales because he got buffed. And it's basically giving him what amounts to a near useless increase to his debuff duration, 4% per Spider Sense charge. And I think Miles' Spider Sense charges now max out at 3. So 12% debuff duration. Why? So, all right, guys, that's going to do it for next month's update. Let me know in the comments below what you are most excited about. If you continue to enjoy the kind of shorter run through next month's patch notes, please let me know as well. If you guys like this video, please show me by hitting that like button. And if you aren't subbed, please take a moment to do so. And as always, thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you again next time.